Alright guys, welcome back. So, most of you will know by now that I've been meaning to upgrade the dust extraction in the workshop for quite some time now. Up until now I've been using a small pneumatic Henry vacuum, which is more suited for your house and not a woodworking workshop, but it's kind of got me by. So the overall plan is to buy a smaller extractor, which is going to be used with the smaller power tools, a larger chip type extractor, which I can use with the larger machines such as the table saw, planer thicknesser, maybe the bandsaw, because that has actually got a 100mm dust port on the back. And maybe down the line I want to buy a separate smaller dust extractor just for the miter saw alone. But in this video I'm going to be talking about dust extraction for the small handheld tools, and I'm going to show you what I've decided and why. So for the smaller handheld tools I've gone for the Trend T33A. Now I'll explain my reasoning for choosing this particular model as we go through it in more detail. So why did I choose this particular model? There's a few reasons. The first one being it came highly recommended by another YouTuber. So I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, would have heard of Leo from the Handicraft channel. Now, he's in partnership with Trend, and they kindly sent him one of these for the purposes of a video. And although he received it for free, he was allowed to give his honest opinion. Now, Leo's actually been using the vacuum for a number of months now and loves it, and he gave a really positive review on his channel. I will leave links for his channel in the description in case there's anyone out there that hasn't already seen Leo or any of his videos. But I trust what Leo thinks, and I know he's been using it, and he's not just going to say something's good if it's not. So that's the first reason. So the next reason was the power takeoff socket. Now, for anyone that doesn't know what a power takeoff is, it's basically a socket on the extractor itself that you can plug your power tools into. Now, the allowed wattage will vary from vacuum to vacuum, so make sure you check what the maximum wattage is. On this one it's a maximum of 1500 watts. So any power tools that are 1500 watts and lower, you can plug directly into the socket on the vacuum, and what that will do is when you switch the tool on, it will automatically turn on the vacuum, and then when you switch the tool off, this particular one will run on for a few seconds to clear the dust in the hose, and then we'll switch the vacuum off. So it's a really handy feature to have. So the third and final reason for choosing this particular model is the fact it's an M-class extractor. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, there's three main classes of extraction. You've got your entry-level vacuums, which are classified as L-class. You've got your M-class extractors, which if you're a tradesperson working on site or you're a tradesperson working in people's homes, the minimum requirement is M-class. And then you get your H-class, which as far as I'm aware, you'll only really find in large commercial premises. So I'm not going to go into detail, but basically what it means is the L class will collect particles down to a certain size, but anything smaller will still probably be blown through and out into the air. The M class will collect particles which are a lot smaller, so less dust and things being blown out into the air. And then the H class filters down to really, really small particles, and that's as easy as I can explain it. So let's go over the specifications on the box. So obviously this comes in 110 for site use or 240 volts for domestic use. So this one is the 240 volt version. So it's 1200 watts rated power. Power takeoff is 1500 watts. It's got a 25 litre capacity, Now if you use the bag, it's 15.3 litres capacity, and it does say that you can actually use this with or without the bag, which is really good to know. It's got a 17 litre wet capacity, so that's also nice that you can use it for wet applications as well. Max vacuum pressure is 16 kPa, max suction is 160 bar, noise level 82 decibels, flow rate is 23 ls, cable length is 5 meters, and the hose length is also 5 meters. So nice long lead, nice long hose, and the machine actually weighs in at 8.5 kilograms. So let's get it out the box. I'll show you exactly what you get in the box, and then we go over it in more detail. So as always, it comes with all the relevant paperwork and comes with a 3-year guarantee, which is good. I think you need to register the tool online to receive your 3-year warranty. Rear wheels, front casters, these are the swivel ones. Got your dust port adapter for hooking it up to individual tools. Get a variety of different nozzles, a small brush attachment, crevice tool, 2 different floor attachments, one for wet and a normal floor attachment. And this one you can actually have your brushes down, or if you flip the lever, brushes up. Now for my floor, I'll probably be using it with the brushes down. Filter for when you're using it wet. And you get a quite large synthetic bag. So that's quite nice. Right, so I'll start by taking the lid off and showing you the filter. So this is your HEPA filter for hoovering up dry particles. If you want to hoover up liquids, you have to remove this filter and replace it with the small foam filter. And to remove this, there's a little dial which you turn to unlock, pull your filter off. And if you want to put this one back on, you just simply push it back in place, put the lock-in dial in and twist to lock. Then to secure the lid, you've got the 3 catches, and that secures the lid nice and firmly. So starting off at the front, this is where your 5 meter hose is attached to, and if you haven't got a hose in there, it's got a little bung which you can insert. This down the bottom is how you drain the liquids if you're hoovering up water or whatever. You can also just take the lid off and tip it out like you normally would, and that just twists back in position. Carrying handle, this is your main on-off switch. Now there's 2 positions for this, or 3. You've got your off, obviously. You've got your on if you just want to use the vacuum as normal, and if you want to use it with the power tool adapter, as in plug your tool in, anything that's 1500 watt or lower you can plug in. Then you've got a picture of a drill on the front here, so you press that to switch the vacuum on, and what that does is when you operate the tool, the vacuum will automatically switch on, and then when you switch the tool off, it'll run on for a few seconds just to clear any dust in the actual hose, and then we'll switch the vacuum off again. So this is a really nice feature to have. This button is for the filter shaker, and what that does is clean the filter. So when it's running, press that down and that will actually shake the filter to remove any dust particles. That's also another good feature. There's a velocity indicator up here, so this will illuminate to let you know whether there's a blockage in the system or whether it's nearing full and needs emptying. That will indicate and let you know what the problem is. So if I spin it round, on the back, on the top of the Hoover, a couple of places where you can store some of the accessories like the dust nozzle and the power tool adapter. Down the bottom there's also some places where you can fit the hoses onto. I'm not sure if this handle is actually designed to hold the crevice tool. It does kind of fit in there but not all the way. I'm assuming that's designed like that for keeping that safe. And obviously on the handle is where you can wrap the cord when you're not using it. So that is all there is to explain about it. So fitting the wheels is really simple. Front ones just locating these holes and you just push them in. And back ones just push into these holes. So not rocket science. So just to give you an idea of how loud it actually is, I've got a decibel meter and I'm going to switch it on and we'll see how loud it is. So this is the dust port adapter that comes with the vacuum. This end fits onto the hose. And just to give you an idea, Trend have actually done a great job with this, because we all know that most of these will fit the tool they come with and nothing else. So this is the dust port off the back of my DeWalt table saw. Fits. Got my Makita track saw. Fits. A cheap Parkside jigsaw. Fits. Got my belt sander. Fits. And then my Parkside disc sander. Fits. The only tool I couldn't get it to fit was the electric planer that I've got, but I don't really use that often, so that's really good. Well done, Trend. Oh, and it also fits the smaller elk port on the bandsaw. There's a 100mm one at the back and a small one at the front, and it locks in there as well. Nearly forgot, Erbauer sander fits. So if you want to use the power Takeoff, obviously make sure it's under the maximum 1500 watts. Simply plug it in. Then switch it where you've got the drill picture and switch it on position. Now when I press this on, the vacuum should turn itself on. So you'll see there's a delay on this one. When you switch the tool off, it'll run on for like 4 or 5 seconds to clear any dust that's already in the hose. Really handy feature to have. So that about sums that up. So overall, first impressions are quite good. I'm pleased with it. Looking forward to actually using it. I'm sure it's going to be a lot better than my old pneumatic Henry vacuum cleaner. If you're in the market for a budget-friendly M-class extractor, then you probably ain't going to do much better than this. At the moment, this is on Amazon for £150. Yep, £150 for an M-class extractor. You ain't going to get a cheaper M-class extractor than this. I will leave links to where you can pick one of these up. It is an affiliate link, and if you make a purchase through one of my links, I do earn a small commission. Not going to get rich anytime soon though, but I have to let you know. But yeah, overall impressions are good, and I'm looking forward to actually using it. So I'm not going to ask you to subscribe and all that stuff. If you like the videos, you're going to subscribe anyway, so I don't need to ask you. And I hope you like the videos. So until the next video, stay safe guys, and you will see me in the next video. Cheers for watching guys.